Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Olin Zach Field and tonight's non-conference baseball matchup as the Decorah Vikings play host to the Class 3A 4th-ranked West Delaware Hawks. The Hawks come in winners of 12 of their last 13. They are 25-5 overall. Decorah snapped a 4-game losing streak last night with a 12-3 victory over Clayton Ridge Elkader Central here in Decorah. My name is Darren Swenson. On a cool, mostly clear night, West Delaware will come to the plate and they will bat this way. Leading off at second base, Owen Ward. Dalen Putz is at third base. Seth Wetterer is the designated hitter for the pitcher, Marshall McCarty. Brent Lammers is in right field. Kyle Wright is at first base. Max Ridenauer is at shortstop. Ryan Solomon in left field. Sage Suter is the catcher, and Jordan Knowles is in center field. That lineup will face Brett LaRue, making his 5th start, 6th appearance. He's 1-2, but the ERA .219 this year. Opponents only hitting .198 against him, 22 1/3 innings, 19 hits, 7 earned runs, 6 walks, and 12 strikeouts. We'll give you the Viking defense momentarily. Craig Harrison calls the balls and strikes. Bob Willendorf works the base pass, the pitch in there for a strike as we get going at 7:25 to Owen Ward, a right-hand hitting shortstop, no balls, 1 strike. LaRue ready, the 0-1 offering swung on, and a smacker into left and a base hit. So Owen Ward, who came in averaging .384, adds to that total with a leadoff single in the top of the first inning.
The umpire is working tonight's game.
Runner at first, nobody out for Dalen Putz. Putz, a .309 hitter, 7 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run, and 19 RBI. West Delaware has won 12 of their last 13. The only blemish was a loss to Williamsburg last week. Curveball bunted. Barehand pickup by LaRue. He'll throw to first base. And Marlowe on the receiving end of the put-out sacrifice, complete 1-3. LaRue had to go a ways, fielding that ball directly in front of the home plate dirt cutout. But he ended up getting the out, but Owen Ward advanced to second base on the play. Seth Wetterer is a .397 hitter with 7 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run, and 19 RBI. No score first inning, but the 25-5 Hawks already with a runner in scoring position. A breaking ball for a strike. It's 0-1 on Seth Wetterer. These two teams have been assigned to the same district in Manchester on July 17th. The pause by LaRue. He'll step off and bluff a throw back to second to send Ward back to the bag. West Delaware will play walk-on that night. Decorah will play Manchester, so these teams could potentially match up again on July 20th. Curveball swung on, popped up, foul ball, right side, out of play. And in fact, it lands on the roof of the grandstands directly behind home plate. So LaRue well ahead of Wetterer, no balls, 2 strikes. The Viking defense, by the way, Cole Minks in left, Jake Upton in center, Austin Bohr in right, Tyler Dostal third, Colin Nimrod at short. 0-2 from LaRue, ground ball to short and Nimrod. He'll pick it up and throw to first base to retire the West Delaware designated hitter, and there's 2 down in the inning. Andy Sinkink is playing second base, Jake Marlowe is at first base, Caleb Qualley behind the plate, and Brett LaRue is on the mound. Runner at third, 2 down for Brent Lammers, .448 hitter, 12 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 23 RBI. Lammers, right-hand hitter against the right-hander LaRue, and the first pitch is a breaking ball taken on the inside edge for a strike, 0-1. Lammers, pretty solid wrestler for West Delaware, also was the quarterback on their football team this past fall. 0-1 delivery, hammered towards left field and deep. That one's going to be over the head of Minks. It'll be one hopping against the fence. Scoring easily is Ward on the double by Lammers, and West Delaware takes an early lead of 1-0. He got a hanger on 0-1 and hit it well to left field for his 13th double. RBI number 24, a 1-0 lead for West Delaware, and the batter is Kyle Wright. Right, a left-hand hitter hitting .323, 7 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run, and 25 RBI. LaRue delivers, and the pitch smack towards first, and by Marlowe into right field for a base hit, rounding third and scoring is Lammers. 2 two-out runs in the first inning for the Hawks, and West Delaware up 2-0. And it's been all West Delaware's offense. LaRue's been right around the zone. There hasn't been any misplays defensively. There's just been a few hard-hit balls by the Hawks. And early on, they're showing offensively why they are a 25-5 team. Max Reidenauer takes a curveball outside. 1 ball, no strikes. He's a .341 hitter. 9 doubles, 1 triple, no home runs. He is the team leader in RBI with 27. 2-0 Hawks, top half of the first inning. LaRue delivers, and a curve catches the front knee for a strike. To the right-hand hitting Reidenauer, it's 1 ball, 1 strike. One and one the count. LaRue delivers, and the pitch breaking ball outside. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. Hawks have been pretty aggressive at the plate. Only 4 pitches has been the top total that LaRue has thrown to a batter as the fastball goes high to Reidenauer, and it's now 3-1. These two schools getting together in softball in Manchester tonight. The pitch, breaking ball outside, ball 4. So Reidenauer walks, pushing right up to second base. And Ryan Solomon will look to continue the inning for West Delaware. Solomon, a .250 hitter with 2 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 16 RBI. Going to the bottom of the 4th in softball, West Delaware up 5-1. Curveball gets by Qualley and back to the screen, so on the wild pitch, Wright moves to third and Reidenauer to second. 1 ball, no strikes the count on the number 7 hitter in the Hawk lineup. And he will now bat with 2 runners in scoring position. LaRue will continue to work out of the stretch as the sun back out from beneath the clouds here at Olenczak Field. 1-0 delivery, taken at the letters for a strike, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. One and one from LaRue. The pitch swung on a ground ball to the third base side glove there by Dostal. He'll throw to first base, and a low throw. Marlowe unable to handle it. Had he been able to handle it, it would have been an out. But the low throw allows the third run of the inning to score. E5 will send Reidenauer to third and allow Solomon to reach. It's now a 3-0 lead for West Delaware. And Sage Suter will become the 8th man to bat this inning for West Delaware. He's a .254 hitter with 5 doubles, no triples, 1 home run, and 11 RBI. Hawks up by a 3-0 margin here in the top of the first inning. LaRue comes set, and the pitch swung on and missed at a curveball to the right-hand hitting catcher. No balls, 1 strike. So the Vikes have dug themselves a 3-run hole before the top of the first inning comes to a close. 0-1 delivery. Inside corner taken for a strike, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. 2 of the runs have been earned as the error allowed the third run to score. All of the runs have come with 2 outs. The pitch, curveball, uncorked, wild back to the screen. Reidenauer scores up to second. Solomon, 4-0 West Delaware. One and 2 the count. LaRue in for the sign from Qualley. Has it, and the 1-2 delivery is a ground ball towards short, fielded there by Colin Nimrod. He'll throw on to first base to retire the side. But a profitable first for West Delaware. 4 2-out runs on 3 hits, 1 error, 1 left, 1 half inning complete. West Delaware 4. Decorah coming to bat. Vikings will bat this way. Leading off the shortstop, Colin Nimrod. Batting second in center field, Jake Hovden. Hitting third, the pitcher, Brett LaRue. Batting fourth at first base, Jake Marlowe. Hitting fifth, the catcher, Caleb Qualley. Hitting sixth at second base, Andy Sinkink. Hitting seventh in right field, Austin Bohr. Hitting eighth at third base, Tyler Dostal. And batting ninth, the designated hitter, Gabe Varney. Varney will bat for the left fielder, Cole Minks. And that lineup will face Marshall McCarty. He is a sophomore right-hander making only his second appearance, his second start. He's 0-1. He's pitched 4 innings, given up 5 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. He'll have this defense behind him. Ryan Solomon in left, Jordan Knowles in center. Brent Lammers will be in right. Dalen Putz at third. Max Ridenauer at short. Owen Ward at second. Kyle Wright at first. Sage Suter behind the plate. And Marshall McCarty on the hill. Colin Nimrod snapped a 2 for 14 last night with a 2 for 5 performance. He also knocked in a couple of runs. He's a .363 hitter with 9 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run, and 15 RBI. McCarty throws to Nimrod. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch outside to Colin. 1 ball, no strikes. Decorah snapped a 4-game losing streak with the victory over Clayton Ridge last night. 1-0 delivery hit towards first. Fielded on 2 hops by Kyle Wright. He'll move up a few steps and tag the bag in front of Nimrod. And 1 down in the first inning. 4-0 West Delaware. Jake Hovden had 2 hits and 2 RBI last night. He's a .417 hitter, 4 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and a team-leading 18 RBI. McCarty gets the sign from Suter, and the pitch outside. 1 ball, no strikes to count. 4 2-out runs in the top half of this frame have given West Delaware the early advantage. 1-0 on Hovden, and the pitch swung on a ground ball foul. First base side. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Hovden. Really, when it comes to run productivity, it was 1 inning last night for Decorah. They scored 11 of their 12 runs in that 5th inning. So have you answered the question about offensive consistency? That's a good question coming into tonight as that one sails inside. 2 balls and 1 strike on Hovden. Last night was the 5th time this season Decorah has scored double-digit runs. The pitch outside again is 3 balls and 1 strike to count. That equals the number of times they've been shut out this year. 3 balls, 1 strike with 1 down. McCarty with the 3-1 out of the zone for ball 4. Hovden reaches on the base on balls. 1 on, 1 out. 4-0 Hawks, bottom of the first. Brett LaRue had 3 hits last night. He is a .448 hitter with 6 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 14 RBI. Jake has 7 stolen bases at first base. He stays put on the first offering, which is outside from McCarty. 1 ball, no strikes. So McCarty having a tough time finding the zone. 7 of his first 9 pitches have been out of the zone. McCarty working out of the stretch for the first time, and he'll move to first base to send Hovden back diving to the bag. Hovden another lead at first base. McCarty comes set, and the 1-0 delivery to LaRue, swinging a foul straight back and out of play. So it's 1-1 in the pitcher against pitcher matchup. Hovden with another decent lead at first base. He stays put, the 1-1, swinging a pop-up foul territory right side. Kyle Wright in the first base coaching box. The first baseman makes the catch. And that's the second out of the inning. 2 down and a runner at first for Jake Marlowe.
Cleanup hitter.
Marlowe, a 301 hitter with a double, no triples, no home runs, and 15 RBI. Well, West Delaware got their 4 tallies in the top half of this frame, all with 2 outs. We'll see what Decorah can do here with 2 outs. First pitch high, 1 ball, no strikes. The thing you liked about the offensive productivity last night, you scored 12, which is always a good thing, but 9 of those came with 2 outs. 1-0 delivery is low. It is 2 balls, no strikes. Marlowe drew 2 bases loaded walks last night, so he ended up knocking in runs 14 and 15 on the season in that game as the pitch goes low from McCarty. 3 balls, no strikes. Just underway, but the Hawks leading 4-0 in the bottom of the first. The 3-0, and that's low for ball 4. A 1-out walk to Hovden, a 2-out walk to Marlowe, and Caleb Qualley will get a chance. 4-0 Hawks, bottom of the first. Qualley coming off one of his better offensive performances of the season last night. He had 3 hits and 3 RBI. Qualley is a .282 hitter. He has yet to have an extra base hit this season, but he does have 15 RBI. 4-0 Hawks here in the bottom of the first. 2 on, 2 out. Qualley looks at the first one high. 1 ball, no strikes the count. Hovden away from second. Marlowe away from first. The pause by McCarty. 2 looks at second. The 1-0 to Qualley is up again. And Nate Lahr is going to come out and chat with Marshall McCarty. This is only the second start for McCarty this year. And Nate will head back to the first base dugout. Two and 0 the count on Caleb Qualley. McCarty will head back to the dugout, and the pitch outside again. It's 3 balls, no strikes. West Delaware does have Mount Vernon for a doubleheader tomorrow night, and then Central DeWitt for a doubleheader on Friday. 3-0, curveball inside for ball 4. In fairness to Marshall McCarty, it has been a teeny-weeny strike zone to this point, as Cam Korsnes will be the courtesy runner for Caleb Qualley.
Courtesy runner is Cam.
As Alex Linderwill is heading down to the West Delaware bullpen.
Stepping up.
3 walks have loaded the bases with 2 outs, and Andy Sinkink will stand in for Decorah. He had 3 hits and an RBI last night in the win over Clayton Ridge. The right-hand hitting second baseman is now a .302 hitter with 3 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 10 RBI. McCarty delivers, and the pitch. There's a strike at the letters. No balls and 1 strike. That was after 8 straight pitches out of the zone from McCarty. No balls, 1 strike count. The 0-1 delivery. Swinging a foul, right side out of play. So it's now no balls and 2 strikes on Sinkink. Despite the control issues from McCarty right now, he is 1 strike away from getting out of this frame with a goose egg defensively on the board for West Delaware. 0-2 delivery. Andy swings and fouls one away. It was a bit of a high pitch, but perhaps too close to be taken with 2 strikes, and it's no balls, 2 strikes yet on Sinkink. As Suter gets a new baseball, he'll meet McCarty halfway between the mound and home plate and have a couple of words. No balls, 2 strikes. Hovden third, Marlowe second. Korsness for Quelly at first. And the 0-2 delivery, Andy takes up. It is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Four 0 West Delaware, bottom of the first inning. Bases loaded, 2 outs for Decorah. And the 1-2 delivery, swing and a foul, right side and out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mark Elbers walks into the ballpark. Have they pulled the admission gates already? 1-2 the count. The pause, the 1-2, swing and a foul back to the screen is sinking, fouling off some pretty good offerings from McCarty here. Who knows whether they would be called strikes or not, but they're definitely too close to be taken with 2 strikes. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up right here. And the pitch, check swing, and the ball gets by the catcher, Suter. Nobody covers first base, and Sinkink will reach on the strikeout. Hovden will score. Marlowe to third, Korsness to second. And it's a 4-1 lead now as McCarty gets the strikeout, but the passed ball will allow Sinkink to reach and Hovden to score.
Right fielder, Austin Bohr.
The home plate umpire rung Andy up, but the ball got by Suter. And deficiencies defensively for the Hawks have given Decorah their first run here in this inning. As Austin Bohr looks at a strike, 0-1. Bohr at .216, 2 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 6 RBI. The pause by McCarty and the 0-1 delivery outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Interesting note, even though it's 4-1, McCarty is about ready to throw his 28th pitch of the first inning. LaRue only threw 19 in the top half of this frame. As the pitch goes low, it's 2 balls, 1 strike on Austin Bohr. Marlowe third, Korsness for Qualley at second, and Sinkink at first. 2-1 with 2 down. The pitch to Austin Bohr. Outside again, it's 3 balls and 1 strike. I tell you what, I'm being fair to this kid. This has been the biggest tin cup of a strike zone that I have seen to this point. 3 balls, 1 strike. McCarty with the pause and the 3-1 to Austin Bohr. Outside, ball 4, bases loaded, walk to Bohr, and that makes it 4-2 as Austin gets his 7th RBI of the season. 4 walks and a strikeout and a passed ball, and Nate Lahr is going to make a move here early in this game. A 4-2 lead for West Delaware, bottom of the first. We'll tell you about the new pitcher in a moment. Not very often do you see a starting pitcher pulled in the first inning without giving up a hit, but that's been the case tonight. McCarty walked 4, struck out 1, but on the strikeout he allowed the runner to reach via a passed ball. Alex Linderwill, a junior, replaces the starter McCarty, who only made his 2nd start of the season. Tyler Dostal is a 159 hitter, no extra base hits, and 5 RBI. He smacks one into center field. Jordan Knowles is after it. He will make a one-handed grab in medium depth center to retire the side. The Vikes score 2 on no hits, no West Delaware errors, and the bases left loaded. We are 1 inning complete. It is West Delaware leading Decorah 4-2. An interesting first inning, to say the least. West Delaware 4 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for Decorah, leading to their runs. Decorah drew 4 walks. And a strikeout and a passed ball led to the 2 runs for Decorah in the first inning. LaRue gave up 3 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned in the first. It'll be hitters 9, 1, and 2 for West Delaware in inning number 2. Jordan Knowles, the left-hand hitting center fielder. Takes the first pitch low, 1 ball, no strikes. Knowles a .275 hitter. 3 doubles, 1 triple, no home runs, and 13 RBI. The 1-0 delivery in there for a strike, and it's 1-1 on Knowles. Top of the order, and Owen Ward on deck. The 1-1 delivery smacked down the right field line. It's curving, and it's a fair ball. It catches chalk as it goes into the West Delaware bullpen. Hitting second, going to third is Knowles, and there will not be a relay throw as Knowles gets his second triple of the season. Runner at third, nobody out. Second inning for West Delaware. That one literally caught paint down the right field line. A very well-hit ball for Knowles. And of the 5 hits West Delaware has in an inning plus against LaRue, 2 have now gone for extra bases. Owen Ward looks at a strike, 0-1. Ward singled and scored in the first inning. The pause and the 0-1 outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. We mentioned earlier these two teams getting together in softball tonight in Manchester, going to the top of the 5th. West Delaware leading Decorah 11-1. The 1-1 delivery, ground ball towards short, backhand stop made by Nimrod. He'll throw across the diamond to retire the batter. Now the runner goes from third home. Marlowe's throw to the plate won't be in time. Ward gets an RBI ground out. West Delaware extends their lead to 5-2. Ward with RBI number 26, a very good total for a leadoff hitter. The Vikes were playing their infield halfway up the middle. The ball went to Nimrod, and Knowles did not take off until Nimrod committed to the throw across the diamond. That gave him plenty of time to score as Putz rolls one into left and a base hit. A looper into left as Putz got one to the side of a lunging Colin Nimrod as Colin moved to his right but couldn't make the play. And West Delaware gets their 5th hit already. 1 on, 1 out, 1 in. 5-2 West Delaware. Top of the second inning, Seth Wetterer will be the batter. Grounded to short his first time up. He takes a curve on the inside edge for a strike, 0-1. West Delaware, the number 4 team in the state in 3A. If you go by polls, the pitch outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Waverly Shellrock, also part of the sub-state in this area, is the number 2 team in the state. Curveball low and away, backhand stop by Qualley to prevent runner advancement. 2 balls, 1 strike to count on Wetterer. 5-0 for West Delaware, 2-0-1 for Decorah. Curveball hit towards third, and that gobbles up Dostal and into left field for a base hit. So Putz to second, Wetterer to first. And the West Delaware bats have come to play tonight.
Cleanup hitter Brent Lammers.
West Delaware offensively, a .327 hitting team. Coming in as LaRue steps off. West Delaware, a team that averages 7.6 runs per game. They have yet to be shut out this year. Lammers hammers one towards left field, but foul. No balls and 1 strike. Lammers doubled to left and scored himself in the first inning, part of 4 2-out runs that the Hawks got in that frame. Hawks have been held to 1 run twice this year as Lammers hits one towards short. Nimrod Fields has a little trouble getting the ball out of his glove. He'll get the out at second base for the second out of the frame. Wetterer retired on the force. Putz moves up to third. Lammers on at first. Kyle Wright will be the batter.
Stepping up, Kyle Wright.
Right, single to right to knock in a run and scored himself in the first inning. A 5-2 lead for West Delaware, top half of the second inning. Qualley gives signs to see if anything is up on the base pass. This is a situation where there might be something up, as Putz 10 for 11 in steals and Lammers 13 for 14 in steals. Runners stay put, chopper towards short. Playing the long hop is Nimrod. He'll throw across the diamond, and the out recorded at first base. West Delaware adds 1 to their total, 1 run, 3 hits, and 2 runners left on base. We are an inning and a half complete. West Delaware 5, Decorah 2. West Delaware 4 in the first and 1 in the second. Decorah scored 2 without the benefit of a base hit in the first inning, and chase starter Marshall McCarty. Alex Linderwill into the game now. It did not affect the West Delaware batting order since McCarty was getting hit for. And since Linderwill only threw 1 pitch in that inning, we didn't have time to give you his numbers. 1-0, 4.42 ERA. Opponents hitting 143 against him. This is his 5th appearance, all out of the bullpen. 6 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 8 runs, 4 earned, 6 walks, and 3 strikeouts.
Bottom half of the second, number 9, 1 and 2 hitters due up starting.
We do have a score in from Fayette tonight. Southwind has defeated North Fayette Valley 7-1. So the Upper Iowa Conference will end up in a 3-way tie for the championship. Southwind, Clayton Ridge, Alcater Central, and North Fayette Valley all tying for the league title. As Varney looks at the first pitch high, 1 ball, no strikes. The left-hand hitting designated hitter is a .227 hitter with 2 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 9 RBI. Next pitch outside from Linderwill. 2 balls, no strikes. Both runs that McCarty gave up in the first inning are unearned. Pitch at the letters for a strike. It's 2-1. Since the first run scored with 2 outs on a passed ball. Linderwill working out of the stretch, even so, though nobody's on base, gets Varney to swing and miss at an off-speed pitch. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Nimrod and Hovden to follow in the second. A 5-2 lead for West Delaware. Linderwill ready in the 2-2 swing and a pop-up on the infield. Calling the third baseman Putz. Near home plate will make the catch in fair territory. And there's 1 down here in the second inning. He caught that one near the dirt cutout of home plate. 1 down, nobody on for Colin Nimrod, who grounded to first in the first, 0 for 1. 5-2 West Delaware here in the second. Vikes still looking for their first hit as a curveball slips out of the hands of Linderwill and goes right back to the screen. Harry Doyle would say just a bit inside for that one. 1 ball, no strikes. This one into right center field. That one will land for a base hit. Nimrod makes the turn at first, puts the brakes on there. Callan with the first hit for Decorah, a 1-out single in the second inning. 1 on, 1 out. 5-2 West Delaware, bottom of the second. Jake Hovden walked and scored in the first. It's final in Manchester in softball. West Delaware has won 11-1 in 5 innings over Decorah. The first pitch to Hovden goes low. 1 ball, no strikes. Hovden walked and scored in the first inning. As we mentioned, part of 4 walks given to Decorah batters. Linderwill steps off and fakes the throw to first base. It sent Colin Nimrod back diving to the bag. The pitch, low and inside to Hovden. It's 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0 in there for a strike. It's 2 balls and 1 strike now on Hovden. Since McCarty, the starter, only went 2/3 of an inning, Linderwell is the pitcher of record. Grounder to left and a base hit. Past to diving Putz and into left field. So back-to-back singles by the top 2 men in the order. Put runners at first and second with 1 down for Brett LaRue. LaRue fouled out to first.
Pitcher, Brett LaRue.
In the first, 0 for 1. (5-2) West Delaware. Nimrod off a second. Hovden off a first. Pitch to LaRue is low. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Again, West Delaware, they have back-to-back doubleheaders the next 2 nights, so you're probably not going to see your big guns from a pitching perspective as LaRue squares to bunt, pulls the bat back, and looks at a strike. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. So offensive productivity against the number 4 team in the state has to be taken with all due respect, with a little bit of a grain of salt. That one fouled. Third base side. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count on LaRue. But with the tightness of the baseball schedule in Iowa and really any sort of rainouts as the fastball goes inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. If you get any sort of rainouts, you're going to have situations like this. Last night, West Delaware defeated Western Dubuque in Epworth by a 4-2 margin. 2-2 pitch outside again. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes. I actually imagine that was probably at the Farley Diamond last night. Very nice diamond down there. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch hit towards third, and a foul ball just left of the bag up the third base side. So the count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes on Brett LaRue. A 5-2 lead for West Delaware here in the second inning. Last night's game for West Delaware was their first of the week. They'd been off since Friday when they split a doubleheader against Williamsburg. 3-2 delivery, low for ball 4. Bases loaded, 1 down, inning number 2. Collin to third, Jake to second, Brett to first, Jake Marlowe to the plate.
Not batting, Jake Marlowe.
Marlowe walked and scored in the first inning. And the first pitch out of the zone from Linderwell, 1 ball, no strikes. Series of signs from Coach Owen, the third base box. Runners lead from their respective basemen. Linderwell to a chest-high set. And the next offering taken on the inside edge to the right hand, hitting Marlowe for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. 5-2 West Delaware, bottom of the second. Pitch outside from Linderwell. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Dan Marlowe. Or Jake, for that matter. Probably not his old man out there. The 2-1 delivery, swinging a foul back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This is Vikings Radio, 1240 KDEC Decorah and KDECradio.com. 2-2 delivery to Marlowe, and that goes behind Marlowe. And did it hit him? Yes, it did. So Marlowe hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. That will allow Nimrod to score, Hovden to reach third, LaRue to move to second. It's now a 5-3 lead for West Delaware, and Caleb Qualley, who drew a walk in the first inning, will be the batter. So Jake Marlowe's last 3 RBIs have come without a base hit and without getting retired. 2 bases loaded walks last night and hit by a pitch with the bases loaded tonight. The pitch outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Decorah has been the recipient of 5 walks and has been hit by 1 pitch thus far. Pitch in there for a strike. It's 1 ball, 1 strike on Qualley. 5-3 West Delaware. We're only in the second inning. The ball game already 40 minutes old. 1-1 delivery, ground ball up the middle, fielded at short by Ridenauer. He'll tag the bag for the first out and throw to first for the double play. Nice play by Ridenauer at short to get the Hawks out of the inning, but the Vikes add 1 to their total on 2 hits. No errors and 2 runners left on base. We are 2 innings complete. West Delaware leads it by a 5-3 margin. There's been a total of 8 runs on 8 hits thus far in this game. West Delaware leads 5-3 as we go to the top of the third. The Hawks, a very aggressive lineup. And this is something you usually don't see. Brett LaRue has given up 6 hits, walked 1 through 2 innings, but in that time he has only thrown 33 pitches. Max Ridenauer, Ryan Solomon, Sage Suter. Hitters 6, 7, and 8 in the Hawk lineup. Will be due here in the top of the third against Brett LaRue. Ridenauer walked and scored in the first inning, part of 4 2-out runs for the Hawks in that frame. Each team has scored every offensive chance they have had through 2 innings. First pitch outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Nate Lahr, a former West Delaware athlete, has taken over the baseball program in Manchester. The 1-0 delivery is low, 2 balls, no strikes the count. Took over for longtime coach Mike Morrison, who is now the school's athletic director. 2 balls, no strikes to count on Ridenauer, and that pitch catches the inside corner for a strike. It's 2-1. It was on some pretty good baseball teams of Morrison's a few years back. 2-1 delivery at the letters and for a strike, and we're now evened up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. There is some action in the West Delaware bullpen once again. I think it's Jordan Knowles, the center fielder. The left-hander standing in as the breaking ball goes outside for 3 balls, 2 strikes on Ridenauer. Lights have been turned on, starting to take effect here at Olenczak Field. Roller toward the right side. A roll and a hop to Andy Sinkink, who throws on to first base to retire Ridenauer. That's the first time in 3 frames. Decorah has retired the leadoff batter in an inning for the Hawks.
Ryan Solomon.
1 down, nobody on for Ryan Solomon, who reached on an error, allowing a run to score in the first inning. Pitch, curve for a strike, 0-1. Hard to believe, postseason already pretty much here. 1A and 2A schools start on Saturday night. 0-1 delivery, roller to the right side. Couple of hops to Andy Sinkink at second. He'll throw on to first base to retire Solomon. 2 down, top half of inning number 3. 2 down, nobody on. Sage Suter will be the next hitter.
Sage Suter.
Sage grounded to short, his first time up. Right-handed junior catcher for the Hawks. Looks the first one outside. 1 ball, no strikes. 1A, 2A, 3A softball getting underway tonight. 4A softball gets underway tomorrow night. We'll tell you about that momentarily. The 1-0 delivery, breaking ball inside edge for a strike, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike from LaRue to Suter. West Delaware leads at 5-3, top half of inning number 3. 1-1 delivery. That one hit towards left, past the lunging Dostal and into left for a base hit. So 7 hits for West Delaware and 2 2/3 against LaRue. 2 down, runner at first. Jordan Knowles will be the batter, and it looks like a courtesy runner at first base. That'll be Ty Cassett for Sage Suter.
Running at first base, 22, Tyler Cassett. At the plate, Jordan Knowles.
Cassett, a standout track performer for West Delaware, qualified for a few events for state. And the act of qualifying took place about 300 feet behind where he is right now at first base, since West Delaware was at Decorah State qualifier track. 2 down, runner at first. 5-3 West Delaware, top of the third. Knowles tripled and scored in the second, 1-for-1. The pitch hit towards right center field after it is huffed in. He dives. He can't get there. The ball gets by him. Heading to third will be Cassett. Stopping at first will be Knowles. Hawks have him at the corners with 2 down. Good effort there by Jake Hovden, but the ball unfortunately didn't land in his glove. And a pretty nice hustle job by Andy Sinkink. He was the one who actually recovered the ball from his second base position in medium depth right center. Owen Ward will bat for the third time in as many frames. 2 on, 2 out, third inning, 5-3 West Delaware. Ward singled and scored in the first and had an RBI ground out in the second. Ward looks at a breaking ball for a strike, 0-1. A lead at first by Knowles. Cassett down the line from third. And the 0-1 delivery, a breaking ball low. 1 ball, 1 strike count. The pause by LaRue. The 1-1 runner takes off from first. Pitch swung on, fouled back. Coach Lar putting the hit and run on. Ward fouling the pitch back, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cassett for Suter at third, Knowles at first. The pause and the 1-2 delivery, ground ball to the right side. Couple of hops to Andy Sinkink, and he'll throw to first base to retire Ward and the side here in the third inning. 2 hits, 2 left. It's the first time either team has had an offensive chance and came away with no runs. 2 hits, 2 left. To the bottom of the third we go. It is 5-3 West Delaware. Bottom of the third inning. And it looks like Jordan Knowles is now the pitcher for West Delaware, which means the Hawks have a new center fielder. Now playing center field is Ty Cassett. So I'm assuming Cassett will still get hit for. As Knowles goes from center field to pitcher. And Cassett now into the game in center field. So Alex Linderwill goes an inning and a third, 2 hits, 1 run, it was earned. 1 walk, no strikeouts. Knowles becomes the third pitcher of the night for West Delaware. And he will face Andy Sinkink, Austin Bohr, and Tyler Dostal in the bottom of the third inning. 5-3 West Delaware. Coming up tomorrow night, we'll have Decorah softball first round regional competition. The Vikings will take on Charles City. Pre-game time 6:50 for that one on AM 1240 KDEC and at KDECradio.com. And we'll be going back to Charles City on Friday night as Andy Sinkink swings the first one, fouls one down the right field line, and it lands foul in the West Delaware bullpen. No balls, 1 strike. Sinkink struck out but reached on a pass ball to allow Jake Hovden to score with 2 outs in the first inning. Decorah will wrap up conference play on Friday night as they take on Charles City. That'll be 2 games from Charles City. And we'll have that for you at 5:30. No balls, 1 strike to Sinkink. Ground ball hit slowly towards short. Fielded there by Ridenhour. He'll throw on to first base to retire Sinkink. 1 down in the third. Third consecutive inning that the leadoff batter has been retired by West Delaware pitching.
In the batter's box,
Austin Bohr drew a bases-loaded walk in the first inning. It's 5-3 West Delaware, bottom of the third. Knowles, the left-hander, facing the right-hand hitting Bohr. In the first pitch, low, 1 ball, no strikes. Knowles on the season making his 5th appearance, second out of the pen, 1-0, 3.62 ERA. Opponents hitting 167 against him. Next pitch inside and low to the right-hand hitting Bohr. 2 balls, no strikes. 9 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 5 earned runs, 11 walks, and 8 strikeouts. Pitch breaking ball for a strike. 1 ball, or rather 2 balls and 1 strike to count. 2-1 delivery, breaking ball low to Bohr. It's 3 balls, 1 strike. Representatives from Decorah Tire Service representing us in the luxury suite here at Olensack Field tonight. The 3-1. Bohr takes one right down the middle for a strike, and it's 3-2 now on Austin Bohr. 1 down, 3rd inning, a 5-3 lead for West Delaware. The 3-2 to Bohr, high for ball 4. Hawks walk their 6th man of the game. 1 on, 1 out for Tyler Dostal, who ended the first inning by flying out to center.
8 hitter wearing number 9, Tyler Dostal.
Right-hand hitter against the left-hander Knowles. And the pitch to Dostal goes low, 1 ball, no strikes. Each team has had base runners in every frame. Decorah has scored in their first 2 frames. Pitch blown outside. Nice backhand stop by Suter to prevent runner advancement. And it's 2 balls, no strikes. Hawks out hitting Decorah by an 8-2 margin. Bohr away from first base. Knowles delivers, and the pitch goes high. It's 3 balls, no strikes now on Tyler Dostal with Gabe Varney on deck. The 3-0 delivery in there for a strike. It's now 3-1 on Dostal, as Tyler was taken all the way. Knowles, the 3rd pitcher of the night. The 3-1 delivery swung on a roller towards the right side. Picked up there by Ward. He'll turn and throw to second base with Ridenhour recovering. And Bohr retired on the force place, 4-6. Ball was too slowly hit to have a realistic chance at 2, but the Hawks do get the lead runner. Gabe Varney will bat with a runner at first and 2 down. West Delaware leading 5-3. Varney popped a 3rd in the second, 0 for 1. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Hawks put a goose egg offensively on their own line score in the top half of this inning. Next pitch high, 2 balls, no strikes. And they're trying to give the Vikings one here in the bottom half of the inning. Dostal short lead at first base, held on there by Wright. The 2-0 delivery is inside. It's now 3-0 on Varney with Nimrod to follow here in the 3rd. Knowles ready, 3-0, high, ball 4. Yet another walk given up by Hawk pitching. 7 walks for the Hawks. The catcher Suter out to talk to Knowles to make sure they're both on the same page, give him some words of instruction and or encouragement. And Colin Nimrod will bat for the 3rd time in as many frames. Nimrod grounded to first in the first, single to right, and scored in the second. 5-3, Decorah trails here in the 3rd as Nimrod fouls the first pitch away. No balls and 1 strike. Hawks softball team has defeated Decorah tonight 11-1 in 5 innings as the pitch goes high. 1 ball, 1 strike. That was the regular season finale for the Decorah girls, who finish 8-16 and Open up tournament play tomorrow night. 1-1 delivery, low. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count on Nimrod. Decorah's had their chances. They've left 5 on in the first 2 frames as Nimrod rolls one towards short, fielded there by Ridenauer, and he'll step on second just ahead of a sliding Varney to retire the side. 2 walks, 2 runners left. Decorah has left 7 through 3. At the end of 3, it's 5-3 West Delaware. 5-3 West Delaware. Starting the top half of inning number 4. Hitters 2, 3, and 4 for West Delaware, who is 25-5 on the season. Decorah at 14-14. Or at 14-13. Trying to avoid going back to the 500 mark. They'll have to come back to do it tonight.
Top of the 4th inning for West
Dalen Putz starts in things here in the 4th inning.
Coming up, starting with Dalen Putz.
He sacrificed a runner up in the first and singled to left in the second. A 5-3 lead for the Hawks, top half of the 4th inning. LaRue's first offering of the 4th inning is swung on and fouled at the plate. No balls and 1 strike. 50 pitches for LaRue thus far. He's given up 8 hits, 5 runs, and 4 of them have been earned. He's walked 1 and he's struck out nobody. Pitch at the letters and for a strike, and it's no balls, 2 strikes, the count on Putz. 5-8-0 for West Delaware, 3-2-1 for Decorah. All the scoring thus far has come in the first 2 innings. Ground ball foul towards third, knocked down there by Nate Lahr in the third base coaching box. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes on Putz. Wetterer and Lammers to follow in the 4th. The pitch, roller to the right side, charging there is Sinkink on multiple hops. He'll throw to first base, and he gets Putz by a step. Sinkink has retired the last 4 Hawks in non-consecutive fashion. 1 down, nobody on. And Seth Wetterer will be the batter. Grounded to short in the first, single to left in the second. Pitch to Wetterer is high, 1 ball, no strikes. We're only in the 4th inning, and everybody for the Hawks has reached base safely at least once to this point. Pitch outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Jordan Knowles, the number 9 hitter, is the only one with multiple hits. 2-0, well outside from LaRue. It's 3 balls and no strikes now. If you haven't heard, the 3A pairings came out yesterday. This could be a potential matchup on July the 20th. The 3-0 delivery in there for a strike. It's 3-1. Manchester will host Class 3A District number 6. They take on Walk-On the 17th. Decorah will take on Independence. The 3-1 delivery swung on. Fly ball left center field. Hovden is after it. He'll have to play it on a hop. And as Jake was going after that ball, he fell down and might have twisted his ankle a little bit. And Jake is in quite a bit of pain out in left center field. As Coach Olenzak is coming out, as well as the trainer Kelly Rucker, to check on Jake Hovden, who is bent over and has his head on the ground right now. He is now into a rolled over position as they look at the leg area. Wetterer gets a base hit, which is the 9th one for West Delaware. Teammates surrounding Jake Hovden. Out in left center field, the infield having a conversation between the mound and second base. Sinkink and Nimrod. Having a conversation to the left side of Hovden, and Bohr and Minks having a conversation to the right side of Hovden. Kelly Ruckert, the trainer. Working in the leg area for Jake Hovden. Jake will get to his feet. He is walking with a little bit of a limp. As Jake is back on his feet, he grabs his right ankle and is stretching that leg a little bit. He's running back and forth towards the center field fence. He's got his glove back on. He's got his hat back on, and no decision has been made from either the medical personnel or from Coach O, who is out in left center field, and it looks like Jake, for the moment, is going to be exiting the game. He is jogging off under his own power. Of course, you do have the option of re-entering him if you put some ice on the injury and it miraculously recovers. Trevor Phillips will move into the game to play left field, and Cole Minks will move over to center field for Decorah, and we hope for the best for Jake Hovden. Jake's a pretty tough kid. It would take a lot to get him out of a game, but at this point, hopefully it's one of those
Cole Minks moves to center, stepping up for West Delaware.
better safe than sorry situations with Hovden. 1 on, 1 out, top of the fourth inning, 5-3 West Delaware. Brett Lammers will look at a strike from LaRue. No balls and 1 strike. Lammers doubled, knocked in a run, scored himself in the first inning, and hit into a force play in the second inning. West Delaware with 4 2-out runs in that first inning. The pitch, a little low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Decorah got 2 runs without the benefit of a base hit in the second inning. West Delaware added 1 to their total in the second, as did Decorah. The pitch outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Decorah has 3 runs tonight, and none of the runs have been knocked in via a base hit. A strikeout and a pass ball, a bases loaded walk, and a bases loaded hit by pitch. Pitch outside from LaRue. It's now 3-1 on Lammers. So now Lammers will loop one into right field, and that one will land for a base hit. Hitting second and hitting the brakes there is Wetterer. First and second with 1 down for West Delaware in inning number 4. Already 10 hits for the Hawks in this game. First and second, 1 down. Kyle Wright, the batter. The left-hand hitter got an RBI single, scored himself in the first inning, grounded to short in the second. LaRue with the pitch outside corner, strike called to right. No balls, 1 strike. West Delaware has had at least 2 hits in each of the first 4 innings. 0-1 delivery, swing and a pop-up into center field. Cole Minks is under it, medium depth, backpedals a couple of steps and makes a 2-handed catch for the second out in the 4th inning. 2 down, 2 on. The batter, Max Ridenauer. Ridenauer walked and scored in the first, grounded to second in the third. West Delaware has left 5 runners on through the first 3. Decorah has left 7 runners on. As LaRue steps off and fakes a throw to second. So as offensive as this game has been through the first 3+ innings, both teams have had more chances than they've produced on. The pitch inside corner for a strike to the right hand hitting Ridenauer. No balls, 1 strike to count. The pause by LaRue and the pitch. Ground ball towards third. Dostal will field. He'll throw across the diamond to retire Ridenauer. And the side is out in the second inning. 2 hits, 2 left. Halfway home in this matchup between Decorah and West Delaware. Hawks lead the Vikings 5-3. A 5-3 lead for West Delaware. Starting the bottom half of the 4th inning, Jake Hovden has grabbed a bat and he will re-enter this game. That's good to see. The magic of Dr. Ruckert getting him back in there ASAP. Kelly Ruckert, the trainer from Wenatchee Medical Center. One of those unsung people that make a difference to the Decorah High School student athletes. Hovden walked and scored in the first and singled to left in the second. He'll be followed by LaRue and Marlowe in the 4th inning. Decorah trailing 5-3. 5-10-0 for West Delaware, 3-2-1 for the Vikings. 4 in the first, 1 in the second for West Delaware, 2 in the first, 1 in the second for Decorah. Hovden, right-hand hitter against the left-hander Knowles. Ground ball up the middle. Ward to his right at second. Throws to first base to retire Hovden. And the leadoff batter has been retired for the 4th consecutive frame by West Delaware pitching. 1 down, nobody on. Brett LaRue fouled to first in the first and walked in the second. Everyone with the exception of Dostal in the Decorah lineup has reached base safely to this point. Pitch goes low, 1 ball, no strikes on Brett LaRue. Starting pitcher tonight for the Vikings, which means Andy Sinkink will probably go one of the games on Friday night over in Charles City. Pitch swung on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. 1-1, and the pitch swung on and missed again. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Knowles came in the top of the 3rd inning, walked a couple of guys in that 3rd, but got out of it. He's looking to retire his 3rd consecutive batter here. 1-2, swing and a miss. Good breaking ball down and away. That's the 2nd strikeout for West Delaware pitching. The 1st strikeout that's actually retired a batter. 2 down, nobody on. Jake Marlowe, the batter, walked and scored in the first, hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in the second. West Delaware leading 5-3 here in the bottom of the 4th inning as the pitch goes low. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch swung on and fouled at the plate. 1-1 the count on Marlowe as Knowles looks for the first 1-2-3 defensive inning of the night for either squad. Knowles with the 1-1 goes low. It's 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Now on Jake Marlowe. Vikes will be at Manchester on the 17th, taking on Independence. For the record, Brett Michaels of Poison fame will be performing that same night at the Delaware County Fair. 2-1, ground ball up the middle, underneath the glove of Ridenauer and into center for a base hit, so Marlowe reaches for the third time tonight. Runner at first, 2 down for Caleb Qualley. Hawks lead 5-3. Qualley walked in the first and hit into a double play in the second.
Next, Caleb Qualley.
Qualley officially 0 for 1. Bats from the right-hand side against the left-hander Knowles. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. The pause by Knowles and the 0-1 ground ball headed towards left, past to diving Ridenauer and into left for a base hit. So 2 on and 2 out. Tying a run on base for Decorah. Cam Korsnes will get Qualley's courtesy at first base. And Andy Sinkink will try to come up with a big 2-out hit for Decorah.
Courtesy runner number 1, Cam Korsnes.
Sinkink struck out but reached on a pass ball to allow a run to score in the first inning. He grounded to short to start the third. He's officially 0 for 2. Marlowe is the runner at second base. Korsnes the runner at first. Wright plays behind him there. 5-3 West Delaware here in the fourth as Sinkink hits one towards right field. It'll land in front of Lammers for a base hit. It got to him quickly, so Marlowe stopped at third by Coach O. Bases loaded, 2 down, fourth inning for Decorah. So Decorah with 5 hits off of Hawk pitching. And Austin Bohr, who has drawn 2 bases on balls, will be the batter. He walked with the bases loaded in the first, walked again in the third. He rolls one toward short, fielded there by Ridenauer. He bobbles, stays with it, throws to first, not in time. The Hawk error lets run number 4 come home for Decorah, and it's a 5-4 ball game. Marlowe scores. Korsnes to third, Sinkink to second, Bohr to first. Tyler Dostal to the plate. He's the only man in the Decorah lineup that hasn't reached base safely yet. He's 0 for 2 as the pitch goes inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Dostal flew out to center in the first, hit into a force play in the third. 5-4 West Delaware, bottom of the fourth inning. 1-0 delivery, inside corner for a strike. It's 1 ball, 1 strike on Tyler. Korsnes third, Sinkink second, Bohr first, Knowles set. Pitch goes low. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. Odd game tonight. Knowles comes set again, and the 2-1 to Dostal well high for 3 balls and 1 strike. So needless to say, it hasn't been too aesthetically pleasing either way, to be honest with you, but it's interesting and compelling, and it's 5-4 West Delaware here in the fourth. 3-1, swinging a foul right side out of play. So now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. So everybody will be moving. The rally started with 2 outs on a Jake Marlowe single. Qualley and Sinkink then singled. Bohr reached on an error to get the run home. 3-2 to Dostal, swinging a pop-up right side. Kyle Wright at first base, still on the infield dirt, makes the catch to retire the side. 1 run, 3 hits, helped out by 1 error and 3 left. Decorah has now left 10 runners on through the first 4 innings. At the end of 4, it's 5-4 West Delaware. West Delaware with 10 hits, Decorah with 5, each team with an error. West Delaware pitching has walked 7 men. Decorah pitching has walked 1. There's only been 2 strikeouts in the game, and here's a ground ball to third. It's booted there by Dostal, and reaching on the error will be Ryan Solomon. Error number 2 of the night for Decorah. Solomon reached on an error by Dostal back in the first inning to allow a run to score. He had previously grounded out as well. Runner at first, nobody out. A 5-4 lead for West Delaware. 4 in the first, 1 in the second. For West Delaware, 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth for Decorah. Curveball for a strike to Sage Suter. No balls and 1 strike. Suter grounded to short in the first and singled to left in the third. The pause in the 0-1. Suter tries to bunt, and it goes foul. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. So we'll see if Coach Lawyer leaves the bunt on with 2 strikes. Oh-2 delivery swung on and missed at a pitch in the dirt. 1 down in the 5th inning. First strikeout for Brett LaRue on the night. 1 on, 1 out. And the batter is Jordan Knowles. He's the only man in the West Delaware lineup, I take that back, one of 2 men, actually one of 3 men with multiple hits thus far. Trevor Phillips warming up in the Decorah bullpen as the pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. And actually, I don't think Phillips can come back in. Here's the pitch inside. It got away from Qualley. And on the pass ball, Solomon will move up to second base. It's 1-1 on Knowles, and now he bats with a runner in scoring position. One and 1 with 1 down. A 1-run lead for West Delaware. 1-1 delivery, breaking ball outside for 2 balls and 1 strike now. The 2-1 delivery, backdoor breaking ball taken for a strike. And to be honest with you, that literally was in the same spot as the previous pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count with 1 down. The pause by LaRue and the 2-2 delivery, ground ball, third base side, knocked down there by Dostal. He throws across the diamond, but late. Second error of the inning for Dostal, third error of the night for Dostal. First and second, 1 down. Owen Ward will be the batter. Ward singled and scored in the first. RBI ground out to short in the second. Grounded out to second in the third. First and second, 1 down. Top of the 5th inning of a 5-4 lead for West Delaware. Breaking ball inside corner for a strike, 0-1. Hawks winners of 12 of 13. Had an 11-game winning streak snapped Friday night in Game 2 of a doubleheader against Williamsburg. Bunting is Ward, but he bunts through the curveball from LaRue, and it's no balls and 2 strikes now. They got back on the winning track with a win over Western Dubuque last night, 4-2. They're the number 2 seed in the sub-state. The pause by LaRue and the 0-2 delivery, ground ball towards second. Sinkink will go to Nimrod for the first out. Nimrod to Marlowe, and the throw is not in time. Marlowe able to prevent an errant throw by knocking the throw from Nimrod down at first base. 4-6 on the putout, erases Knowles. Solomon to third, Ward to first. And Putz will be the batter. First and third, 2 down, 5th inning. West Delaware 5, Decorah 4. Putts sacrificed in the first, single to left in the second, and grounded to second in the fourth. The pause and the pitch. Swung on, fly ball, left field and deep. Retreating is Cole Minks, heading towards the fence, and it's going to be at the base of the fence, landing safely. 2 runs will score on the 2-run double by Putts, both unearned. And West Delaware takes a 7-4 lead. Give a 25-5 team 5 outs in an inning, they're going to make you pay. And the Hawks do it right there as Putts now has 21 RBI and 8 double on the season. The pitch swung on, fly ball, left center field and deep. Minks is under this one near the fence. He makes the catch to retire the side, but the Hawks score 2 on 1 hit. 1 error, 1 left. Stretch time in Decorah. It's a 7-4 lead for West Delaware.
Time for the 5th inning stretch.
A 7-4 lead for Decorah, or for West Delaware on Decorah. Hawks scoring 2 out runs, both unearned in the 5th inning. In fact, 6 of their 7 runs West Delaware has scored have come with 2 outs. Gabe Varney popped to third in the second and walked in the third, and he pops one towards second. Here charging in is Owen Ward, and he'll make a one-handed snag in the base pass between first and second base. 1 pitch, 1 out in the 5th inning. And Colin Nimrod will bat for the 4th time in 5 frames. Nimrod grounded to first in the first, singled to right and scored in the second, and reached out a fielder's choice in the third. The pitch goes low, 1 ball, no strikes the count. The pitch, ground ball towards short. 2 hopper to Ridenauer. He'll throw on to first base to retire Nimrod. Quickly 2 up, 2 down in the 5th inning. We talked about this stat the other night. In 14 of the 27 games now for Decorah, they have been held to 3 runs or less. They are 14-14. Looking at it from a West Delaware perspective, as Hovden looks at the first pitch low, 1 ball, no strikes. Hovden walked and scored in the first, single to left in the second, grounded to second in the 4th. 1-0 delivery to Jake, swung on and popped towards right field. Coming on is Brent Lammers. He will make a one-handed snag and straightaway right, and a quick 5th inning. We'll talk more about the offensive statistic when we come back. We are 5 innings complete after a 1-2-3 bottom of the 5th. 7-4 West Delaware. (7-4) West Delaware going to the top half of the 6th inning. Brett LaRue is out of the game. 5 innings, 11 hits, 7 runs. 4 of those earned. 1 walk, 1 strikeout, so Brett's been sharper, but against a pretty good offensive team. They have, I won't say that's a horrible outing. Andy Sinkink moves from second base to pitcher. LaRue moves from pitcher to third base. Korsnes comes in to play second. And Tyler Dostal out of the game. Brent Lammers is 2 for 3. A double, a run scored, and an RBI. Right-hand hitter against the right-hander Sinkink, and here's a swing and a pop-up directly behind home plate. Qualley is under it. He will make the catch about 15 feet directly behind home plate. 1 pitch gets rid of the first batter here in the 6th inning. Andy had a reasonably good outing in relief, even though he was stuck with the loss down at West Delaware. Andy 3-5 on the season. His ERA 2.45. Opponents hitting 166 against him. Kyle Wright looks at the first pitch outside. 1 ball, no strikes. 7-4 West Delaware here in the 6th. Wright singled to right and scored in the first. Grounded to short in the second and flew out to center in the 4th. 1-0 delivery. Fastball outside corner for a strike. It's 1 ball, 1 strike now. You look at Decorah from a pitching perspective, it's statistically been a pretty good year. Ground ball to short and Colin Nimrod. He'll wind up and throw on to first base. And Kyle Wright retired 6-3. You would like to figure that a team with a 2.63 ERA would be better than 500, but unfortunately that hasn't been the case. Decorah has committed 3 errors tonight, so in 28 games, Decorah is still averaging 2 errors a game. Not an acceptable total to play winning baseball. Ridenauer, pitch goes low, 1 ball, no strikes. We talked about it, getting back to that offensive statistic. Decorah 14-13, and in 14 of their 27 games to this point, they've been held to 3 runs or less. And we gave you the record. Curveball for a strike, 1 ball, 1 strike. West Delaware is 25-5. West Delaware has only been held to 3 runs or less in 6 of their 30 games. Breaking ball outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. In fact, of the games that they have lost, the 5 that they have lost, they have been held to 3 runs or less in 4 of them. Pitch out of the zone, 3 balls, 1 strike. So I know pitching and defense are the keys to being a championship team. The pitch in there for a strike. 3 balls, 2 strikes. But if you're not scoring any runs, you won't win games. And the comparison of 3 runs or less games is right there for you. Ground ball towards the left side, picked up there by Nimrod. Sidearm throw to first base, not in time. Ridenauer gets an infield single. So the Hawks have had base runners in every frame. 2 down, runner at first for Ryan Solomon. 7-4 West Delaware, top half of the 6th inning. Solomon reached on an error in the first, grounded to second in the third, reached on an error, and scored in the 5th. Curveball taken low, 1 ball, no strikes. Back-to-back doubleheaders the next 2 nights for West Delaware. Mount Vernon tomorrow night and Central Clinton DeWitt on Friday night. Runner goes, pitch taken low, throw down to second base. Good one, but a little late in an attempt to get Ridenauer, who steals his 5th base of the season. 2 balls, no strikes, the count on Solomon. First steal of the night for the West Delaware Hawks. A team that does steal a good amount of bases on the season. Sinkink working out of the stretch. A 2-0 count, and the pitch a little bit inside. 3 balls, no strikes. The Hawks as a squad are now 68 of 73 when it comes to stolen bases. 3-0 with 2 down. The pause by Sinkink. A look back at second. The 3-0 in there for a strike. It's 3-1. Vikes will have LaRue, Marlowe, and Qualley in the 6th inning. The pause and the pitch. Inside, ball 4. So an infield hit and a walk with 2 outs have put 2 runners on for West Delaware, and Sage Suter will get a chance. Hawks leading 7-4. Suter grounded to short in the first, single to left in the third, struck out swinging in the 5th. Hawks 4 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the 5th. Decorah 2 in the first, 1 in the second, and 1 in the 4th. Pitch a strike to Suter. No balls, 1 strike. Decorah has left 10 runners on base tonight. West Delaware has left 8 runners on base. The pause by Sink Inc. and the pitch. Breaking ball away. 1 ball, 1 strike. West Delaware pitching has walked 7 tonight. Decorah has walked 3. So while the offense has been all right and really good for West Delaware, pitching and defense have left a lot to be desired both ways. Pitch outside, 2 balls, 1 strike on Sage Suter. Two balls, 1 strike to count. The pause by Sink Inc. A look back at second and the 2-1. Breaking ball low. It's 3 balls, 1 strike now from Andy Sink Inc. This is Vikings Radio, 1240 KDEC Decorah and KDECradio.com. Darren Swenson from Olensack Field tonight, swinging a foul tip into the glove of Qualley. It's 3-2. West Delaware leading Decorah 7-4. They got 4 2-out runs in the first inning, and haven't looked back. Vikes got within a run in the 4th inning, but gave up 2 unearned runs in the 5th as that one hammered foul past Coach Lahr in the third base box. A seam burn on the shirt of Coach Lahr in the third base box. That right there is why college and major league coaches have to wear hard helmets. Another 3-2 swung on, popped up, third base side, retreating is the third baseman LaRue. He'll make the catch to retire the side. A hit, a walk, and 2 runners left. Vikes trail by 3 going to the bottom of the 6th. Decorah trails by 3 going to the bottom of the 6th inning. LaRue, Marlowe, and Qualley due for the Vikings. Jordan Knowles moved from center field to pitcher in the 3rd inning. Since that time, he's given up 3 hits, 2 walks, and has struck out 1 and has only given up 1 unearned run. So Knowles, due to his effectiveness, would be in line for the win as LaRue swings and misses. No balls and 1 strike. Knowles is 1-0 on the season. LaRue 0 for 2 with a walk thus far. 7-4 West Delaware, bottom of the 6th inning. LaRue thought about chasing the high fastball, but thought better of it, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1, swinging a pop-up foul, third base side, and that one is going to land out of play just to our left. At the beginning of the season, those are the balls that send Elliott Christian ducking. But he's in end-of-the-season form. Only 1 more night this year at Olensack Field. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch to LaRue. Curveball fouled back. And the count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. We've had better crowds here this year, but a lot going on. Wenatchee County Fair, ride night on the Midway tonight. Pitch goes high with the fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Of course, James Otto and Corey Farley. A couple of good performers for a small town tonight. The pitch goes outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Marlowe and Qualley to follow here in the 6th. 3-2 delivery, swinging a pop-up left field. Medium depth. Ryan Solomon under it. He will make the catch two-handed for the first out here in the 6th. So ever since Bohr reached to allow the run to score in the 4th inning, Knowles has retired 5 in a row. That is the longest consecutive batters retired streak of any pitcher in this game. Jake Marlowe bats from the right-hand side. He's been on base all 3 times. Make that 4 times as he ropes a single to left. He had previously walked and scored in the 1st, hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in the 2nd, singled and scored in the 4th. 1 on, 1 out for Caleb Qualley. Walked in the second. Hit into a double play in the second. Or walked in the first, hit into a double play in the second, and singled to left in the fourth. Qualley 4 hits over the last couple of nights. 1 on, 1 out. The pitch goes low. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Decorah's had base runners in every frame except the 5th. Pitch outside edge for a strike, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike to count. One roller to the right side, charging at second is Owen Ward. He gloves, he throws to first base. A high throw snagged well by Kyle Wright at first base with Marlowe advancing to second. He'll be there with 2 down. Ward did a good job charging and getting to that ball. Wright, a pretty tall kid at first base, had to stretch above his body to save his teammate an error. Runner at second, 2 down. Andy Sinkink struck out, reached on a pass ball in the first, grounded to short in the third, singled to right in the fourth. Backdoor breaking ball taken outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Runner at second, 2 down. Decorah needs to get another runner on to get the tying run to the plate. 1-0 outside, 2 balls, no strikes to count. 7-4 West Delaware, top, or rather bottom half of the 6th inning. 2-0 in the dirt for 3 balls and no strikes with Austin Bohr on deck. (3-0) high for ball 4. So now the tying run comes to the plate. Austin Bohr has been on base all 3 times tonight. Bases loaded walk in the first. Walked again in the third, reached on an error in the fourth. Pitch inside corner for a strike to the right-hand hitting Bohr. No balls and 1 strike. 7-12-1 for West Delaware. 4-6-3 for Decorah. Pitch outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Vikes pulled within 1 after 4, but gave up 2 unearned runs in the 5th. The pitch swung on a pop-up into left field, medium depth. Ryan Solomon is under it. He makes a 2-handed grab, and the side is out in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 left. That left on base total Tums-inducing for Decorah with 12. We go to the 7th. It's 7-4 West Delaware. They did. 9-1-2 for West Delaware here in the 7th inning. Just heard from Decorah Tire Service. We have Decorah Tire Service representatives in the luxury suite here at Olensack Field. No food, no drink. Just a roof over your head on a clear night. Jordan Knowles looks at or bunts through the first offering from Sinkink as Ian Smith is now catching for Decorah. Knowles tripled and scored in the second, single to right in the third, reached down an error in the 5th. Breaking ball outside, 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Sinkink on in his 2nd inning of relief. LaRue went the first 5 innings, 11 hits, 7 runs, 4 earned, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. The pitch at the letters for a strike. That was your hanging curveball that Knowles, a little frustrating for him that he didn't knock that one into next week. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. And the 1-2 delivery, swing and a miss. Sinkink gets his first strikeout. That's only the 2nd strikeout of a West Delaware batter tonight.
Owen Ward.
In now 31 games this year, West Delaware has only struck out 123 times. That's less than 4 times a game. That's pretty impressive. Owen Ward bats for the 5th time and looks at a strike, 0-1. Ward singled and scored in the First inning, RBI ground out in the second, grounded to second in the third, hit into a force play and scored in the fifth inning. No balls, one strike, and the pitch. Breaking ball low, 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Runs given up and earned runs are two different things. Decorah now to this point in the season has given up 115 runs as the pitch goes outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. When it comes to earned runs, they've only given up 64, or rather 65, as my math was a little off. Pitch out of the zone, 3 balls and 1 strike. So of the 50 of the runs Decorah has given up, 50 have been unearned this year. Pitch out of the zone, Owen Ward draws a walk. He reaches safely for the second time tonight. 43% of Decorah's runs they have given up have been unearned. 1 on, 1 out for Dalen Putz. Sacrificed a runner up in the first, single to left in the second, grounded to second in the fourth, and knocked in 2 with the double to left in the fifth inning, which was the last score of the game. And at the time gave West Delaware a 7-4 lead, which they still have. Runner goes, pitch taken out of the zone, throw down to second, not in time. Ward now into double digits in steals with 10 on the season. 1 ball, no strikes to count. The pause, the 1-0, swung on a drive down the left field line after it is Minks. He can't get there. It goes into the corner. Rounding third, coming to the plate is Owen Ward. He will score. The throw to second base gets by Cam Korsness. Bohr backs up to prevent runner advancement. A double by Putz. He now has 3 RBIs on the night and 22 on the season. It's an 8-4 lead for West Delaware. Putz now 3 for 5, 2 doubles, 3 RBI. And West Delaware leads by a slam. Putz at second, 1 in, 1 down. Seth Wetterer, the batter. He is 2 for 4. Wetterer grounded to short in the first, single to left in the second. Singled to left in the fourth and flew out to left in the fifth as Sinking fakes a throw back to second. Sinking comes set in the pitch. Inside corner for a strike, 0-1. The pause, a look back at second, and the 0-1 delivery is low. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Sinking with the pause. A look back at second. The 1-1 swinging a foul back. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Wetterer. 13 hits on the night for West Delaware. 4 have been for extra bases. Still only 1 out here in the top of the 7th. 1-2 with 1 down. The 1-2 delivery, swinging a drive into deep center field after it is Jake Hovden near the fence. He will make a 2-handed catch right beneath the Vikings sign in left center field. And that's the second out of the inning. Might be one of the harder hit balls off of a Decorah hurler tonight. But Hovden able to run it down, showing no effects of an ankle twist that he had earlier in the game, which required him to sit out for a little bit, albeit a brief time. Brent Lammers is 2 for 4. He looks at a strike from Sinking. No balls and 1 strike. He doubled, knocked in a run, scored himself in the first, hit into a force play in the second, single to right in the fourth, and fouled to the catcher in the sixth. Pitch swung on, popped up. Shallow center field. Korsness out. Bohr coming in. Bohr will bobble it, but Hovden will catch it. Not how they drew it up, but it results in a putout nonetheless. Your typical 8-9 flyout retires the side. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. Vikes need 4 to keep it going. They trail at 8-4. It'll be Korsness, Varney, and Nimrod if anyone gets on Hovden. Vikes need 4 to keep this thing going. West Delaware got off to a 4-0 lead in the top of the first inning and never looked back in this one. Vikes got within a run after 4 innings, but West Delaware with 2 2-out unearned runs in the 5th and another run in the 7th inning as Korsness fouls one back. Steele in foul territory, overruns it a bit, lunges back and makes the catch. Korsness fouls out to the catcher. 1 pitch, 1 out in the 7th inning. One down, nobody on for Gabe Varney, who is 0 for 2 with a walk. West Delaware leading 8-4, out hitting Decorah 13-6. Pitch goes high to Varney. 1 ball, no strikes. Marlowe with 2 hits on the night. He's been on base 4 times. He's the only guy in the Decorah lineup with multiple hits as the pitch goes high. 2 balls, no strikes. The number 8 spot in the lineup, the only spot that hasn't reached base safely yet tonight for Decorah. As the pitch goes low, it's 3 balls, no strikes. (3-0) outside, ball 4. Varney at first. 1 down, Colin Nimrod to the plate. Nimrod, right-hand hitter, ball down and in. It got by briefly. It got away from Sage Suter to his left, but not enough to warrant runner advancement. 1 ball, no strikes. Nimrod 1 for 4. You had a single and a run scored in the 2nd. Pitch, a strike. It's 1-1 now. West Delaware trying to win game number 26 of the season. Decorah trying to avoid dropping to the 500 mark. 1-1 delivery high, 2 balls and no strikes. If Decorah on Friday night can sweep Charles City, a task way easier said than done, they will finish 3rd in the league. The pitch swung on, sliced down the right field line, but foul. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. If they split or lose 2, they will end up 4th or 5th in the league. So still a lot to play for, especially when the top 2 teams in this league are ranked in the top 5 in their respective classes. New Hampton clinched the league title last night. It was the first time they've won a baseball league title since 1972. 2-2 inside corner, strike 3 called, and there's 2 down in the 7th inning. Elliot Christian was just beginning to gray at that time.
We call it silver.
Yeah, my bad, silver. Hovden, 1 for 3, swings at the first, one flies, one into center. On is Ty Cassidy, makes the catch to retire the side. And West Delaware defeats Decorah tonight by an 8-4 margin. 8 runs, 13 hits, 1 error, and 11 left for West Delaware. Decorah with 4 runs, 6 hits, 3 errors, and I don't even want to know, 13 left on base. Winning pitcher Jordan Knowles, he's now 2-0. The losing pitcher Brett LaRue, he's now 1-3. So West Delaware improves to 26-5. Decorah drops to 14-4. Many people to thank for making the broadcast possible. First and foremost, our advertisers, the good sports-minded people who helped us bring the game wherever you were tonight. Without their help, this coverage would not be possible. So as always, we encourage you to support the businesses who support local high school sports. And lastly, and most importantly, we thank you, that's right, you the listener, for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. If not, the outcome. Final score tonight, West Delaware defeats Decorah 8-4. Our next broadcast will be tomorrow night as the Decorah softball team will open up postseason play at Charles City. Our coverage will begin at about 6:50 for that one. And our next baseball game will be at Charles City on Friday night, a Northeast Iowa Conference doubleheader beginning at 5:30. So, for our entire KDC sports team, Darren Swenson saying so long from Olensack Field. Final score tonight, West Delaware defeats Decorah by an 8-4 margin. Thanks a bunch for tuning in, and we will talk to you again tomorrow night from Chucktown.